Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Steve Calloway, Steve Calloway 1 on YouTube, and we're here with my Good Morning Angelina Jordan, September 12th, 2025 AD. And we're going to start off with this one. This is an Instagram post by Angelina, and she's asking the question, have we listened to the album yet? And I think there's quite a resounding yes, and everybody seems to love it. Let's go ahead and watch this video. I'll hit the little triangle there. Let's go.
Above, just me and you in simple love. I've waited long, I've prayed, I've tried. Miles above, just me and you in simple love. I've waited long, I've prayed, I've tried.
Yeah, I've said it many times. You guys are all probably thinking it too, or have said it, that Angelina, if she wasn't a singer, of course, she's the world's best singer. She's the best singer I've ever heard, ever, and consistently delivers the most magnificent music, and her voice resonates, right through my heart, right through my soul. But if she wasn't a singer, which would be a terrible shame and a loss to the whole world, the universe probably, if she wasn't a singer, she could be an actress, she could be a model. She's got all kinds of things that she could do. And, this is just a beautiful shot of her in a field. I'm not sure what the yellow flowers are, but she's in this field, and it's outside, and she just looks fantastic. You can't look any better than that, can you? Is it possible? It's like when you hear Angelina sing, you say, she can't possibly sing the next song better than that one. And guess what? Every single time, it's better than the last one, okay? And every time she does these posing things, I think she just looks more and more beautiful, radiant, whatever you want to call it. And good for her. Anyway, let's move on. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. This is the first of 4. Bye-bye. Hello, everybody. This is our second video for today, and this one is on Angelina's TikTok. This particular one is from Steve Evans, 24, posted 8 hours ago. And there's a triangle. We're going to have to hit the triangle. Let me read it to you. Angelina Jordan, I'm still holding out for you. Inside the video itself, it says Video Shop. And down below it says New Music, Secret of the Soul, out now on all platforms. Like and share. So, yeah, this is, I guess this is, there's 3 that are like this. I think they look kind of alike, but from different people. It just so happens all 3 of them are named Steve something or other. I'm Steve Calloway. Where's mine? Oh, this whole video is my contribution from the Steve group. So, yeah, let's listen. I'm stuck. Okay, thank you, Steve Evans, for this beautiful little composite of a bunch of shots of Angelina with the I'm Still Holding Out for You song, which she did a masterful job at. It's always been one of my favorites. It's in my top 200, I would say. But this one's nearer to the top than some are, but only because it's so it seems otherworldly to listen to her sing a song like this because she's a little girl and she puts so much emotion in it. You just can't, I can't fathom where she gets it from. But then not only does she get it from somewhere, but she passes it on to us. Yeah. Okay. We all know what I'm talking about. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next video. This was number 2 of 4. We'll go get the next one. Be right back. Bye-bye. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's Steve Calloway, Steve Calloway 1 on YouTube. And I am on here doing this video. This is from Steve 1001966. It was posted 5 hours ago. Steve Monaco, by the way. Posted 5 hours ago. And Steve's been around for some time doing beautiful videos of Angelina. And let us watch this. This is 2.5 minutes long, so it's a little bit longer than the normal TikToks that we get, but that's fine. Can't get enough of Angelina. On this day, March 2024, Forever My Love, Angelina Jordan. Let's watch and listen, of course.
Diamonds are forever. They are all I need to please me. They can stimulate and tease me. They won't even the night have no fear that they might desert me. Diamonds are forever. Hold one up and then press it. Struck it and then dress it. I can see every bar, nothing hides in the heart to hurt me. I don't love you. Diamonds never lie to me. For when love diamonds are forever. Sparkling round my finger. Unlike them that I'm doing. Men are men, born to sue, and the poor going to wherefore I don't love you. Diamonds never lie to me. For when love diamonds are forever. Diamonds are forever.
Okay. So, yes, Steve Monaco is a very creative, dedicated Angelina fan. And he always finds these very interesting and creative ways to present Angelina to us. And it's very, very beautiful what he does. I wish I had the patience. James Seal, same thing. He can sit for hours and hours, sometimes days, and work on one video. I can sit for an hour, maybe 2, and I have to get up, move around, or do something. Then I'll come back and get back at it. But I just to sit there solid. I don't know. It's not in my DNA, I guess. My mother said if they had Ritalin back when I was a kid, I probably would have been on it. but she told me later on in life that they actually did have Ritalin. My doctor recommended that I be on it, and she said no. Thank God. Thank you, Mom. Always looking out for me. All right, that's it, guys. We'll see you in the next side. This is video number 3 of 4. Let's move on. Bye-bye. Okay, we're back with our 4th video for today. This one, Angelina Jordan, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, Secret of the Soul, out now. Download on all platforms. Let me clear up something I said in one of the first videos. Not the Instagram one, but since we came over to TikTok. I thought there were 3 different Steves, but I think there's only 2. There's only 2 Steves, and then I'll be the 3rd one. How's that? I'll volunteer. Steve Evans, I think they posted this video on the first, well, it would be the second one, but the first one of the TikTok ones. And Mike did, or Mr. Monaco did 2 that were the same, I think, under different names, but they were still the same video, I believe. So anyway, I thought I would play this one because I couldn't resist seeing the cover and the name of the song. One of my favorites, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. If any of you are interested, I got a lot of videos on my channel. Matter of fact, I just crossed over 3,000 videos. The vast majority, probably way over 2,000, are Angelina Jordan related. And I did not really a mashup, but a side-by-side kind of thing. I played Angelina first, and I played Judy Garland singing this from The Wizard of Oz. And I'm pretty sure that one made it. Sometimes those get globally blocked, especially when they're like big production movies and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure this one made it through. I'm not positive about that, but if you wanted to look back through my catalog of things, just search for it. Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Be a lot quicker than going back through 2,000 videos looking for it. And if you're interested, I just think it's so amazing that Angelina is so young. Judy Garland was a mature woman. She played the part of a teenage girl, but she wasn't, I don't believe, a teenager at the time, but she looked like one, more or less. So let's go ahead and listen to this beautiful rendition of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Let's get to it.
Someday I'll wish upon the star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh why can't I? Bye.
Bye, Angelina. Always excellent. Always excellent. So there you go. And when you put Angelina next to Judy Garland, you decide. If you want to pick a winner over the other, you can do that. Me, Angelina Jordan is Angelina Jordan. There's only one. There's only ever going to be one. She's the best singer I've ever heard for all kinds of reasons. And there's only one Judy Garland. Judy Garland did a masterful job singing that song in the movie. There's no doubt about it. And but it's apples and oranges as far as I'm concerned. I've never liked the contest where you have to pick like America's Got Talent. I don't always like that because you got singers against jugglers, against magicians, yada, 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 comedians. How is it fair to judge that? I know in the final rounds they give it to the audience to pick the winner. The most votes counts. I don't even know if that's fair. Because to me, if it's a shiny object and everybody votes for the shiny object, what's the consideration for what the level of actual talent to do whatever they did? Like in this case, Angelina, of course, is singing. And that's like when in AGT, the champions, when she didn't even make it into the finals, the final three. It was unbelievable that could happen because when she did her first song was Bohemian Rhapsody, even Queen said had kind words about that song. It was their song, and that takes some talent to be able to even have them respond that way. But the rest of us were all like they had the three girls in the audience were like it was like the hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. One girl had her mouth open. One was I don't remember what she was doing, but it's like all three of them different expressions on their face, and it was such a stunning performance, such an unexpected rendition of that song. I mean, tell me what kind of talent it takes to pull that off, right? And I know the group that won that year was very talented. They were a whole bunch of what would you call them? Acrobatic tumblers, but there was a whole bunch of them. And I think they were from, I don't know, the Philippines or someplace. I forget now. But, hey, they were great. If it was a bunch of jugglers or tumblers and acrobats and dancers and stuff like that out there, I have no doubt they would have won it, But, and that takes a lot of talent. It takes a lot of coordination. I'm not downplaying the fact that they won it. And they, you could look at it all kinds of ways. But I don't like the contest where it starts off unfair because you're comparing apples and oranges. That's all I'm saying, okay? And that will do it. To make that analogy a little more clear, it would be like putting singers against magicians, okay? It's not the same thing, That's all. Okay, guys, we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to take a couple minutes here. I hope you don't mind. Something that struck me today. I was at work and I was thinking, actually, I was talking with a bunch of my workmates about the thing. I don't do politics on this channel, but I don't think this is political necessarily. This Charlie Kirk thing where he got shot. He was basically political. He's a conservative, but what on earth is wrong that somebody thinks they can go and shoot somebody like that because they don't like what they say or they don't agree with what they say? What is that? I ask you. Angelina's message. I end every one of when I return comments that people make. When I reply, I end them all with love and kindness, Steve. I got that love and kindness from Angelina at her first concert in this country, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. She said, the world needs more love and kindness. And I said, yes, it does. I agree with you. Okay? So I started putting it in every message. Now, Chris, I'm preaching to the choir. If you come watch one of my videos, and you write me a comment and I comment back. I mean, you're already an Angelina Jordan fan. I'm sure you appreciate the message and all that. But what does the world need? Why? Why would somebody take anybody else's life? The girl that got stabbed on the whatever it was, I forget what they were calling that train. Sounded like a smaller train or something. The guy stands up and stabs her. What is that? Okay. What? How? It has to come from. Well, it has to come from some kind of mental illness. It has to be. Nobody should want to take somebody else's life. I've said this before. My personal view on stuff like that. Oh, I'm going to get off in a tangent, but let me say it anyway. The laws of Hammurabi, okay? These were way, way, way back in BC time, okay? There was a guy that, he wanted to rule the world, basically. When he took over different civilizations, he put in the middle of town these stones that had on it all the offenses that you could do against the civilization and what the punishments were. So everybody knew ahead of time that if I did this is what was going to happen to me, right? And that makes a lot of sense in a way. And but he had quite a few laws too. They were like, boy, I don't even remember now. Hang on a second. Let me get the right stuff for you. The laws of Hammurabi. Hammurabi was a Babylonian king who reigned from 1792 to 1750 BC. He is known for his set of laws, once considered the oldest promulgation of laws in human history. Well, that doesn't give us the number, but as I remember, it was something like somewhere between like around 200, I think. Trying to scan through here real quick without wasting your guys' time. Anyway, the laws, originally 282 in number, do not form a complete code in the modern sense, but are rather a series of enactments dealing with specific cases. So why am I bringing that up? I know for a lot of you that was probably pretty boring, but it's interesting to me because they were put on tablets in the middle of town. Everybody could see if I did this was what the punishment is. Everybody knows it, okay? So the reason I bring that up is because if you choose, for whatever reason, to take somebody's life, I believe that you have to go into that knowing that you're going to likely sacrifice your own life in that effort. Now, are there exceptions? I suppose there are. The laws of Hammurabi weren't that black and white. It wasn't like, okay, you kill somebody, we kill you. It wasn't really all that like that. I don't remember what he said about killing somebody, but I'll tell you what he said about, I thought it was, this is kind of telling, I think. In the case of a woman cheating on her husband, the punishment was that she was bound in cloth with ropes and thrown in the river. The husband had the option of saving her or not saving her. I think throwing her in the water and drowning her is pretty severe for cheating on your husband, but anybody that's ever been cheated on might not think it's too severe. But now the husband has the option to let it happen or go out and save her. I don't know who came up with these ideas, but in a way that seems about almost as fair as you can get, I think. Let's step aside from the fact that drowning her is a pretty harsh punishment in the first place, but back in the old times like that, they took some matters much more seriously than we do nowadays, or they're way more commonplace nowadays than they were back then. I don't know what the story is, but so I say that. So this guy, you've noticed that some of them lately, when they shoot somebody or kill somebody, that's why I think they're mentally ill. I don't think they just do it. They don't even really have to have a reason sometimes. Is it politically motivated sometimes? Yeah, it probably is. I don't think anybody should kill anybody, period. End of story, drop the mic, okay? That's my thought on the matter. And we do need more love. We do need more kindness. This is Angelina's message, but it's also, I feel, I consider myself to be a fairly I used to consider myself to be an observer of life and people. I like watching what people do. What they say, I'll listen, okay? But it's really never what you say that's really, really important. It's what you do, okay? Because you can say anything, but what are you going to do, okay? And like this guy that shot Charlie Kirk, I mean, we know what he did. We saw it. But why would you do that, okay? I don't know. I don't get it. That's what we were talking about at work today. I just thought it was on my mind. And, I like to ramble, so hopefully it's not bothering you too much. But I just think the world does need more love. It needs more kindness. We need to love each other, even when it's hard to do that. As a matter of fact, it's more important probably in those moments than it is when it's easy to love somebody. That you look at them and try to look at them through loving eyes, not hateful eyes. And the stupidest thing, you don't agree with what somebody says and you're going to go shoot them? Come on. I don't even know if that was what the guy's motive was. I really have no idea. There's even people that shoot people just to get notoriety. Another quick thing, I think most of you probably know this anyway, but did you know when they first built the White House that any citizen, anybody could ride their horse up to the front lawn, walk in the White House and talk to the president, knock on the door, hey, you busy? And have a chat with him. I don't know if it went exactly that way, but the public could walk in there at any time and talk right directly to the president of the United States. How do you think that would go over nowadays? You can't do it. But can we get there? Can we ever get back to a simpler time when it's really, you don't kill people, you just don't do it, okay? And everybody would consider that to be it doesn't have to be a law. It has to be human nature. You don't kill human beings, okay? Other human beings, you don't do it. Don't matter who they are or what they did. Now, if they try to kill you, do you got a right to defend yourself? Yeah, you do. Do you have the right to kill them? I suppose you can kill them, but do you have the right to? I'm not so sure about that. If you have the ability to subdue them until help arrives to take them away, that might be a better option. But, if we all loved each other, and were more kind to each other, don't mistake kindness, by the way, for, I don't think it's, you can't not recognize that there's a problem. Doesn't mean you have to be harsh in the way you address the problem. But there's definitely a problem. There's a problem. I don't know about the whole world. I only know about where we live. But I think the other big part of the problem, I think, is the media. The media's back in the day there was Walter Cronkite, and his whole reputation was based on he was honest. He looked into the camera every night when he was doing the news, and he was honest. And then near the end of his career, there was a moment where I think they caught him doing something that wasn't honest. It wasn't really, by today's standards, it wasn't very much. But, and he was done,